an Avengers inspired tutorial with this material that I found that I have to say is pretty kick-ass. So it's really easy, takes less than 5 minutes, anybody can really do this and they could really rock out a really cute like skirt. So let's get started.
You ready for this? Operation Superhero initiated.
Okay, so right now I'm going to be using the tape measure to measure my waist. The width of your waist is going to be the width of the skirt. Let's cut our elastic waistband the same length that we measured for our waist. When we're measuring the length of the skirt, you want to measure where exactly you want the skirt to hit. Below the knee, above the knee, and then you're going to measure out your fabric to make sure that it's the same length that you want it to hit, and that also you have the same width of the elastic waistband for the actual skirt that you're making. So here I am measuring it out, making sure that my fabric is the exact same length that I need. And then here's my elastic waistband, and it's going to be the same length. And now I'm going to measure the width of the elastic waistband to make sure that I make a fold for it. Once the fabric is actually cut, we're actually going to just sew the edges in order to get a neat edge, so then we can make the actual pocket where the elastic waistband is going to sit. So you can see that I'm just folding it over and pinning it down. And for beginners, it's good to actually iron the piece after you pin it down because it gives you cleaner edges. Now we're ready for sewing the edge of the skirt. So we're sewing it up, and as you can see, we're just making sure that we keep the fabric even, and we're gonna sew it until the entire edge of the skirt is 3/4 of an inch sewn, just to give us that nice, crisp, clean edge. And so we're just sewing up our skirt just as Peter Parker sewed his superhero costume when he became Spider-Man. So yeah, we're pulling a Peter Parker right now with our sewing machine. My spidey senses are telling me this skirt is going to be pretty epic. Okay, so this is what the edge looks like. As you can see, it looks much cleaner, it doesn't have those rough edges, and I'm just going to fold it over so you can see what the other side looks like. Let's get a close-up. There you go. Very nice. And there you go. We're actually going to measure out the elastic waistband we have. The one that I have is 1 inch, so we're just going to create a fold that's a little bit more than 1 inch, like 1.5 inches, so it's easier to actually get the band in. And then once we do that, we're just going to pin it and get it ready for sewing. So we're just pinning it down like we did the last edge that we did, but this one, we just want to make sure we have a space enough to actually put the band through. So as you can see, we're just pinning, and pinning some more. And like I said, you can iron it in order to get a more crisp and polished look if you are a beginner, because it makes it a whole lot easier. Might have guessed we're going to start sewing again, and we're just going to sew the edge of the fold, and we're just going to keep going until we finish. And just make sure that your fabric doesn't gather. Depending on the fabric you have, this one has some rouging. You just want to make sure that your fabric is laying flat and you're not getting any puckering. And this is what we're doing, fighting crime, 1 stitch at a time. Now you're going to see what it looks like. You can see that we have that waistband created, sort of. It hasn't come together yet, but you can see the pocket, and now you're going to see that we're going to be able to pull the elastic waistband through the actual pocket we created, through the slit, that we have on the side because we haven't sewn the entire skirt together yet, and you should be able to pull it through and just work it through the entire skirt in order to get it all around, creating a circle that's going to be what creates that elasticity around your waist. Once we finish the edge, this is what it'll look like. This is the end result, me sporting my superhero skirt, looking so epic. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to join the Cal Galaxy Star family by subscribing down below. My superpower would be shooting lightning out of my freaking eyes. Shoot lightning at people when they cut me off. Superpower would be, I don't know about flying because I'm afraid of heights. My superpower would be just having fun.